is it?
It's the Shade Room.
Oh, Lord. Somebody shady is outside of my apartment. There he is.
Don Lemon
Hi,
and the babies.
How are you?
Hi. How are you, my friend?
Great. How you doing?
Nice to see you.
See you.
I'm about to put you to work.
Wait, this isn't presents?
No, it's not.
Oh, my
presents
gosh.
time.
You brought ingredients.
Yeah, we got work to do. A lot of work
Come
to
on.
do.
I kind of go with the recipe a little bit, and then I just do my own thing.
Okay.
Everything is,
You just freestyle.
it's about seasoning to taste, really. Ooh, that smells good, doesn't
It
it?
does smell good.
I'm gonna call, my mom told me to get onions, but
Oh,
I
you're
don't
calling your
see.
mom. We should FaceTime your mom and see if she likes the way that looks.
All right, we can.
Approved.
Let's see if she approved. Let's see. Hey Siri, FaceTime mom. Mom, you're on camera. Ooh,
So
I'm
do you
sorry.
remember the first time Don cooked?
Yeah,
Tell me about it. What happened?
he almost set my house on fire.
I heard.
He was cooking bacon, and he went to the library and got books on how to cook stuff and cook corn, all of that, and almost set my house on fire.
Don, tell the
Okay.
people what this is.
Okay, so this is succotash with fresh vegetables, lima beans, corn, tomatoes, a little onion, sausage, and shrimp.
Okay, let's
All
try
put
it.
together, and some garlic bread.
And a little Arnold Palmer on the
And
side.
a little Arnold Palmer. You gonna bring the Arnold Palmer?
I'm gonna bring the Arnold Palmer.
All right. I don't have any fancy stuff here, but I kind of like that this is what we have. All right.
I want you to answer something real quick. I don't want you to think too hard about it. Who's been that person that you lean on beside your husband, that we all know, that in this
Besides
kind
my
of
mom,
crazy world that we're living in, the crazy headlines you were swirled in, who's been the
who
person,
do I go to for advice?
or just the
Whatever.
notable person that you leaned on through all of this, and you have new shows.
Well, I lean on different people for different things. Like for emotional support, like I'll lean on my husband, then fiance. If I need, from the heart, my mom is my rock, right? If I need professional advice on the business, that's Jeff Zucker. And if I need, a word from a sister, it's Tamron. Oh, by the way, I cook for Tamron. You asked me.
Okay, Tamron.
So Tamron knows. Tamron has my food. It's Tamron or Whoopi or someone like that, or even yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your husband. A month in.
I know.
Congratulations. Come on, a ring on it. Yes, you got a ring on it. So it's been a month since
Yeah.
you guys got married. How's it been? Just the last month. Because you guys have been together for years.
I made a huge mistake.
You did.
It's everyone. I felt like, oh, it's not a big deal. We've been together 8+ years. Like, why do we need to get married? Why do we need to make a big deal of it and spend all our money and have a wedding? And we should just go to City Hall. But I'm glad I did it. I mean, and it does feel different. You're not married, are you?
I'm not married, no.
Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
For a long-term relationship?
Just 2 years.
Okay, well that's long enough.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
long.
people get married, like they'll meet on the first date
Oh,
and
yeah.
get married.
we can get married.
But it feels different. It feels real, legal.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see my taxes now.
I was going to say.
Because
yes,
I get a tax break that everybody else gets, right? All the other married people get.
Why now? Why did you say yes now?
Why not now? I said yes because I love him. I said yes because it's the right person. I said yes because he wanted to get married and I wanted to get married. And I made a commitment to him in 2019 when he asked me to marry him, and I said yes, so it was time. It got, we got sidetracked during COVID because we got engaged in April and we started thinking about where do we want to have the wedding, when do we want to do it. Okay, we'll do it in 21. We'll give ourselves a year or so, and then COVID happened. And we're gonna do it in 20. And then COVID happened in 20. And then we're like, we just got So I moved to a studio into my house, and then the studio didn't always work, and the boss didn't like the way the studio looked. So during 14 months, I traveled into the city 2 hours every day from Long Island to go to work. And so I would travel into the city, go into the building, go to work in this little studio. But I was the only person in the building besides like the security guard and whoever was in the back operating the camera. And sometimes that person operating the camera was in Atlanta. So I would just be in this giant 110-story high-rise by myself doing a show. And so, not even a makeup person. I did my own makeup. And so I would do that, and then, so we just had too much going on. I was doing that, I wrote a book, George Floyd was going on, COVID was happening, and so we just got sidetracked. And then it just sort of spiraled, and then, CNN, we got new management, and then I moved to a different thing, and then I was like, you know what, now, let's just get married.
Yeah. Do you get offended when people talk about being in an interracial relationship?
Do I get offended?
Yeah, when people are like, why is he dating or dating a white man or married a white man when he's so, pro this, pro that?
I don't know if I get offended, but do I think it's ignorant? Yes. And I know that it hurts him because, look, I'm sure, I see it online with people who say, oh, he married a white guy and whatever. From white people, but I see it more from African Americans actually, and to me it's just ignorance. You love who you love. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. Had I fallen in love with a black man, I would have married a black man. Had I fallen in love with an Asian man, I would have married an Asian man. Had I been heterosexual and I'd fallen in love with a woman, I would have married a woman. But it just so happens I fell in love with him, and that's who I married, and that's it. And people should be able to love who they love. I'm not in anybody's business. I didn't tell my mama who she should marry. I didn't tell my sister who she should marry, and no one should be telling me who I should marry. Get over it. And especially people who have been discriminated against should know better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And did you have to have tough conversations with Tim before you even got married, or when he started to maybe get offended by the conversations and the comments?
Tim and I have tough conversations because that's our relationship. Like, he's more aware of issues surrounding race now than he was before me. And I think he has an awareness that many people in the larger culture don't have because they're not in a relationship with a person of color. So he'll point things out before I will. Like, someone called me to do a story, like to comment on a story that was a black story, and he would go, "That's some racist shit. Why didn't they call me to comment on another story, right?" But like he will point it out sometimes more than I will because he has developed this sense of awareness now that he didn't have before. And it's new to him, where for me, I've lived it my entire life. Like, I've been in many rooms where I'm the only person of color. I've been in many rooms where I'm the only gay person, or both. And, for me, it's normal. But for him, it was unusual. Like, being with my family, even though he has friends of all different ethnicities, but he is not often in a room where he's the only white person. So it's funny. And we're aware of it, and my nieces make fun of it, and my mom laughs about it, but they all love him. They call him Uncle Tim and his friend Don. My family does.
Really?
They love him more than me. Yeah. They like him more than me. They really do.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everybody loves Tim.
I will say I was talking to him, and he's a great guy. And
Everybody loves Tim, and you can tell he's a good person because the dogs follow him around, and they bark for his attention and growl, not for mine.
Well, speaking of Tim and this wedding, you had a star-studded list of people. I mean, yeah, the ladies of The View. Whoopi would have been there if she wasn't sick. Then I saw some people that scared me.
Who?
I saw Matt Lauer was there. Why did you invite Matt Lauer? Do you have a relationship with Matt?
Because Matt's a friend.
Okay.
And because when you're a friend, you're a friend. Mm-hmm. And everybody goes through things. And I've gone through some things.
You weren't even
and I wouldn't want people scared to what?
To invite him.
No, why would I be scared?
Okay.
For what?
Mm-hmm.
America's about redemption. We don't have scarlet letters in America. And that doesn't mean that even if you have friends who've done bad things, even if you have friends who have served time, that didn't happen with Matt. But it's supposed to be about restitution. America's about first, second, third, fourth, fifth chances. And so if I believe in that for myself, why wouldn't I believe in it for someone else?
When did you guys meet? You
Who?
and Matt Lauer?
When we worked together. I met Matt Lauer years ago when I worked at NBC in the 90s. In the 90s, I met Matt Lauer. I wasn't friends with him, but I became friendly with him and his girlfriend through friends and just from living out. We live in the same town. But it's not unusual to me. I'm a very loyal person. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend.
Alec Baldwin too.
Alec is a friend and also not a neighbor, but we socialize with him out east. But he's a neighbor here in the city.
How is he doing? What are your conversations like with Alec? You don't have to, get
We don't. I
intimate,
don't talk about it really with him. I saw them. They went to get coffee for themselves and the doorman the other day, and I was walking my dogs, and I saw them, and they saw me, and they came over and talked to me and said hi, and then. His wife said, "Let's have dinner," and I said, and she laughed and she goes, "But I won't ask you. I'll ask Tim because he is more responsible than you."
He's the
and
planner.
He's a planner, and he puts stuff on the calendar. That's it.
Redemption and friendship important to you?
It's redemption, friendship, loyalty. Yeah, I don't treat anybody differently. I think friends need you more when they have turmoil in their lives.